Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's picker card reading, we will find out who wants to come back in your life and why. So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's find out who wants to come back in your life. So the cards that came out for it were the Star, then we have the Queen of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Alright, so this might be somebody who's either younger than you or older than you. For a few of you, this is somebody who's quite popular, quite well known, might be a social butterfly of sorts, or might be a socialite. Somebody who definitely has a lot of mutual friends with you, somebody who runs in the same circles as you. And this can even be somebody who used to be very close to you at one point in time. Like you were very tight with this person. You guys could have been a part of a trio perhaps, or you both used to be very, very good friends. Now, there are certain personality traits as well that I'm picking up from this person. And the primary one is that they think that they are better than everybody else. So they have that little bit of God complex, you can say. They like to draw attention towards themselves. This person likes to make everything always about themselves. They like to be in the center of attention. They like to be in the spotlight. And they have a very hard time saying sorry, which is interesting because with the Page of Cups over here and the Star, I feel like this isn't the first time that this individual will be making a re-entry in your life. This has happened once or twice before, and it's just basically the same cycle repeating itself again, that they'll mess up and then they'll apologize and try to come back and try to re-establish this close connection with you. This can be an Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. For some of you, this is definitely a female, but it isn't necessary. It might. Oh, okay. So for some of you, it's a female that you used to be friends with who wants to come back in your life. For some of you, it can be a female whom you are related to, like an older sibling or an older cousin of yours, or an older aunt or somebody with whom perhaps you currently have some estranged relations, and she wants to come back in your life. Now, another thing over here with the Star and the Page of Cups, the other message is that this might be somebody whom you used to be very attracted to. You used to have a crush on this person, but as we say, and although this isn't exactly related, but you've heard the saying, never meet your heroes. And it seems like whoever this person was, you used to have a crush on them, but then when you got closer to them, you realized over here with the Queen and the Page that they aren't as great as they seem to be from a distance. They aren't all that nice as they seem to be from a distance. And so you could have, I don't think you liked it. Maybe you distanced yourself from them, or maybe they did. I also heard use and throw. Like I just heard use and throw. So this might be the kind of person who only gets closer to people to get something out of them, and then once that's done, once that favor has been done unto this person, they tend to leave, and then they pop back up again, as innocent as ever, as if nothing happened. In fact, maybe they don't even address what had happened in the past or how they had behaved in the past. So this is somebody who is emotionally extremely immature, but they pretend like they've got their shit together, but it isn't true. For some of you, this might be your parent whom you're currently estranged with, and they might be trying to come back in your life. But with the Three of Pentacles over here and the Star, I feel like there is something that this parent can get out of you. Maybe you are very famous, maybe you are doing very good for yourself, and they want your money, they want a cut from your income, which is why they want to mend their relationship with you. It's highly likely. Another personality trait of this person with the Star card is that they have this larger than life personality, or they have this larger than life persona of theirs. They're always projecting themselves to be very, very good, very capable, very loving, very admirable, but their reality is very, very different from it. Like, they're not that good person at all, they're not that kind of a person at all. And only the people who have the fortune, or you can say misfortune, of getting too close to this person are able to find out this truth about this individual. With the Queen and the Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles over here, for a few of you, see, this is a general reading, so I'm getting multiple messages. Take what resonates. Now, for a few of you, another message that I'm getting is that this could have been somebody whom you were romantically interested in, and they could have led you to believe that they liked you too, and it could have led you to really waste a good number of years on this connection, but then nothing really came out of it, and your feelings weren't reciprocated in the way that you had hoped for. Okay, now let's see, why does this person want to come back in your life? So the cards that came out for it are the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and Death. So we have Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, then Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. So for a few of you, definitely this might be a parent or a relative who is older than you and who wants to come back in your life just to gain something out of you. And with all of this Pentacles energy, most likely, like I said, it is because they want some financial help from you. Now, that Judgment energy that I was picking up on earlier, that this situation has been going on in circles, this isn't the first time that this person is going to make a reappearance in your life and then leave. Now, the Death card has confirmed it over here. With the death and rebirth energy, this has happened before. And interestingly, whenever this individual pops back up in your life, it always happens, um, like they always put on a show, you can say, where they're feeling very downtrodden. It's a very solemn and gloomy look, and just this pathetic get up, you can say, as if they're extremely helpless, very, very needy. And honestly, with the Queen of Cups over here, I feel like whoever this individual is, they know that you have a soft spot for them. And I think that is what they take advantage of. They know that you have a hard time saying no to people. In fact, in general, with the Ace of Pentacles over your group one, unfortunately, you might be a yes person. You might have a lot of difficulty saying no to people, or turning down anybody who shows up at your doorstep asking for help, even if you intuitively know that they're faking it. You're just not able to confront that person. And I think that is what this individual is using to their advantage, or will, whenever they reappear in your life. The reason why I do not like this person's energy at all is because even though when they reappear in your life, or the fact that they're wanting to reappear in your life is because they want some money from you, they want some help from you. So now, naturally, you would expect that, okay, if I have helped you, I'm not going to start acting like I'm the boss of you, but I would expect a little gratitude in your behavior towards me. But what happens with this individual, with the Queen of Swords over here, is that they start acting like they have done a favor on you, which is ridiculous and makes no sense. But then that's how they start acting. It's like they came to you for help, you helped them, and now suddenly they are the boss. It makes no sense. But that is how this person is. They can be very controlling, they can be very manipulative, they can be very dominating, they can be very aggressive. But if you look at the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords right next, one above the other, I think that this person has mastered the art of veiled manipulation, where they pretend to be doing something for your own good. They'll repetitively keep on saying, "Oh, I'm doing this for your good. I just want what's best for you. You know how much I love you." But then, in essence, they're just using you, they're just controlling you, they're just manipulating you. They just want your money, they just want what you have. They're more attracted to your value, to your position in the society, to the benefits that you can get them, and not so much in you as a person, as a daughter, a son, a sibling, or a relative, or a friend, even. In fact, the Three of Pentacles over here with the Ace of Pentacles tells me that if this individual has uh, come back in your life once before, it could have been through the interference of other people. Like they could have gone to other people and asked them to put in a word for you, to put in a word for them, and ask you to take this person back. And you did. You said, okay, fine, I'll give them another chance. But they basically went on to do the same thing as always. And I'm not seeing this being any different. With the Death card over here in the Ace of Pentacles, if you allow this person to re enter your life, the cycle isn't going to break. They'll come, they'll use you, they'll take your money, they'll use your status in society and all of that, control you, manipulate you, and then leave. And then come back again whenever they're in need of more money or whenever it is convenient for them. And they think that just one apology will make up for it. I think with the Page of Swords over here, this is somebody who underestimates you a lot. Like a lot. They think that it is very easy for them to play mind games with you, to twist your thoughts in their favor. And they might have been doing it for a really long time. In fact, with the Three of Pentacles over here, maybe this is a cycle that you've been stuck in since the past 3 years. One of you might be in your 30s. And this is somebody whom you had met through someone else. Like this isn't the 1111. This isn't somebody whom you had directly established a friendship or a connection or a relationship with, unless and until, like I said, unless this is a blood relative. I'm not talking about that. But if this is a friend, a fake friend, definitely you met them through somebody else. Maybe you were attending some party or something, and a mutual friend introduced you to this person, and then you got really close to them, but then they turned out to be an asshole, like I can see over here. Another pointer that might help you confirm who this person is with the Death card over here, and this is the kind of message that I'm getting, but then I would urge you not to feel this way too much. This is somebody whom you feel very, very guilty about saying no to. If you have said no to this person in the past, if you have refused to help them in the past, especially monetarily, you have felt horrible after it. You have felt as if you committed a sin. You haven't been able to look at yourself in the mirror after that. That's how bad this energy makes you feel about your own self, which you must get out of. Because taking a stand for yourself and refusing to do what's wrong shouldn't make you feel bad about yourself. In fact, on the contrary, it should make you feel proud of yourself. It should make you feel proud of your growth, that you finally have the guts to say no to people who are outright just using you. This person might appear in your life somewhere between August to November for a lot of you. See, whether you allow them to come back in your life, whether you buy their apology and again help them with money, or try to correct your relations with them, is your free will. But from what I can see over here, no matter how much they tell you that they've changed, or no matter how much they tell you that they regret their actions in the past, they will go on to do the same thing in the future. So that's just a little heads up for you. And this another sign you can say that they are going to try to come back in your life is going to be an increase in their social media interaction with you. Suddenly they'll start liking your posts, suddenly they'll start dropping comments, suddenly they'll start viewing your stories again, things like that. All right, group one. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group two. If you guys chose the second image, let's find out who wants to come back in your life. So the cards that came out for it were the Sun, the Tower, the Devil, and the Nine of Wands. Packaged as good news, but it's always bad news. All right, so this is somebody who is very good looking, very attractive, very popular, very sought after in the community. They might not be um, popular in terms of them being a celebrity or anything, but yeah, within their community, within your community, this might be somebody whom everybody knows. And there are a lot of people who are after this person. They have this magnetism to them where a lot of people feel this pull towards them, a lot of people feel drawn towards them, and your case could have been no different. The sun being followed by the tower immediately tells me that this is a person with whom you used to have a fairly good friendship or relationship, whatever it was. But then very quickly things went downhill. So it could have been one of those situations, let's say, where things were very flirtatious between you guys, let's say for a couple of months, and then you guys finally started dating, everything was going well for, let's say, 2 3 months, and then it just shit just hit the fan, and it was horrible after that. This is somebody who could have been very toxic towards you. They could have been very manipulative. They could have made you feel horrible about yourself. They could have gaslighted the hell out of you, is another thing that I just heard. They could have made you feel like you were the villain and they were the hero in the story. And with the Nine of Wands being the closing card, definitely this is a person because of whom you have suffered a lot. A lot. And mostly, I would say, mentally. They could have played a lot of mind games with you, they could have mentally harassed you, they could have made life unnecessarily strugglesome for you. It was a tough environment. It was a very difficult connection for you. And with the devil over here in the Nine of Wands, I don't think you were able to figure all of this out very easily. And I think it took you some time to understand, to wake up and see what was happening with you. And that is when you could have decided to get yourself out of the situation and end this connection. And even after that, for a very long time with the devil over here, I don't think this person's spell completely wore off of you. Even after that, for a very long time, you could have thought about them, you could have wondered about them, you could have asked yourself questions like, was it my fault? Was it because of something I said or I did that our connection, fell the way it did? Maybe I could have said something differently, maybe I could have done something differently, I could have fought a little bit harder, I should have chased them, I should have apologized to them. They basically made you question yourself. And I also heard self-worth. So this connection could have been very, very detrimental to your self-worth, group 2. It could have made you feel horrible about yourself, and the devil is sitting over here smiling. They knew what they were doing, group 2. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they were very well aware of the repercussions that their words or actions were going to have on you. But did that make them stop? It sure didn't. This might be somebody who is a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or possibly a Capricorn. And I just heard seasoned player. So you're not the first person with whom they've behaved this way. They've done this before. And with the tower over here and the devil, even though this was a toxic connection, and this person could have actually ghosted you for a lot of you, suddenly they just abruptly left you or went away from your life. They could have left you with a lot of questions, disappeared into thin air, made you question yourself, made you question your self-worth, made you question if you could, maybe things would have been different if I looked a certain way or if I did things a certain way. So yeah, really bad. And what's worse is that we have the sun first and then the devil. So this individual's outward appearance, or the way in which they in general interact with people, because hey, they are popular, so the way in which they interact with people, hang out with people, have fun with people, they have a very good outward personality. All right, so it isn't easy for anybody to guess this individual's reality, that it can be so dark and so twisted, but then that's how it is. I also heard that this is somebody who likes the thrill of the chase. So after they ghosted you or after this connection ended abruptly, You could have fought hard for it. You could have fought hard to make sure that things stay the same way, to maintain status quo. And they enjoyed all of that. They enjoyed all the efforts and the attention that you were sending their way, but I don't think that they reciprocated. So, not a very good person. All right, but let's see, why the hell do they want to come back to your life? All right, so we have the Five of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, see, I don't know what to say about this. We have the Five of Cups over here and then the Two of Cups. They were definitely keeping their options open while you guys were together. And besides you, they could have tried to string along other people as well. But now it seems like they feel like they made a mistake and they should not have behaved with you this way. They are now viewing you as the one that got away, as a missed opportunity. There has been a change in their perspective. I am not necessarily picking up on any guilt over here, mind you. So if you think they're going to come back with an apology, that might not be the case. They just don't seem to be doing awfully well in their personal life. It can be one failed relationship after the other. And the only thing, no matter how brief, which was actually genuinely good, was the connection that they used to have with you before they ended things. So, their intention or the reason why they want to come back to you is to get into a romantic relationship with you again. And with the Six of Wands and Nine of Cups sandwiching the Two of Cups, they are assuming that this is what you want as well, that you too want to come back into a relationship with them, which is why they think that if they do so, if they reappear in your life, you will consider it as your wish having been fulfilled. Your happiness will know no bounds because, hey, you wanted this, right? You wanted this, so finally I'm giving it to you. It's like that. I mean, I don't like this energy at all. In fact, it's quite possible over here with the Five of Cups that because nothing else worked out and they had sort of put you as an option on the back burner, that is why they might now be coming to you because you're the only person left, you're the only option left, according to them, that they can still woo and charm and have their way with. And this is where the devil energy comes in because this person is a master manipulator. With the Two of Cups and the Nine of Cups, when they come back, they might make you feel like this is what they'd always wanted. That you were the one that they'd always wanted, that it was always you that their heart lied with. And being with you, wanting you, getting to be with you, that is what they want more than anything else. And if you agree to be with them, you will be fulfilling their biggest wish and all of that drama. But the arrogance is still there. That feeling of I am doing you a favor by committing to you, that feeling of superiority is still there. They might pretend like they're humble, but honestly, the fact that the devil is sitting above the Two of Cups, I am not buying it. In fact, for your sake, actually, I would like to ask if you can at all trust this person when they come back in your life or not, group two. So just bear with me 1 second. Especially when this person does come back in your life, can you trust them? Can you trust this person when they come back in your life? Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. Over here we have Justice, the Two of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So when they come back in your life, they might tell you that they're doing it because they want to make things right. Oh, and one more message with Justice. This energy of the Five of Cups that's showing up over here, some sort of karmic justice has definitely happened with this person for the way that they behaved with you. You know, a lot of people ask this question on YouTube as well as in private readings, that will this person get any justice for hurting me and things like that. If you're one of those people, justice has been served or will be served very soon, which will prompt this person to come back to you. But we have the Knight of Swords over here, and this isn't a very commitment based energy. The Knight of Swords, it's a flighty energy, it's a very in and out energy. The Knight of Swords is on the move, they are not going to settle, they're not going to stay. And the Two of Swords again talks about options and confusion. Firstly, even when they come back in your life, and no matter how much they apologize or all of that, or make it seem like you are their wish fulfillment, you might not feel convinced. The trust issues that they've given you are still there. You might feel glad about the fact that they got a taste of their own medicine. But with the Two of Swords over here, you might yourself be very 50-50 about letting them back in or not. And because we have the Knight of Swords over here, like I said, no matter how much they tell you initially that they're here to stay, and you're the only one that they want, I don't think that their actions will match their words. And that'll be your sign to understand that they're not going to stay. And considering the fact that this person has made you struggle so much in the past, I don't think that they are worth. I don't think you should buy what it is that they're saying that easily. Now, I'm not asking you to do things that further trigger your trust issues. I'm not asking you to always be in that mindset of doubting people, but I wouldn't have said any of this had the devil energy not been here. And then this Knight of Swords now. In fact, with the Two of Swords over here, even if you do believe them, and even if you do allow them to come back in your life, and even if you do give them a second chance, the minute you ask them for commitment, the minute you start asking them future based questions like where to from here, so when are we getting married, or should we buy a house together, or whatever else it might be, whatever your definition of long term questions might be, they will not be able to come up with a proper answer for you. Because hey, right now they're sad, right now justice has been served, but they had kept you as an option on the back burner, like I said, so they're here trying to be with you. But once they start feeling good about themselves again, and this arrogance wakes up from its slumber again, they will be out the door. So you be very, very careful with this person, my friend. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. Group 2, if you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Group 3. If you guys chose the third image, let's find out who wants to come back in your life. So the cards that came out for you guys are the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so first things first, this might be, actually we have all the signs over here: Pentacles, Wands, Swords, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. These might be the signs present in this person's chart. What I immediately do not like about them is that they come in your life as and when they please, and for however long they please. And in the past also, this person has given you quite a many headaches. This person has put you through a lot of stress. They have put you through a lot of uncertainty. They've planted seeds of doubt in your mind. You've been through all of that with this person. With the Four of Pentacles over here and the Knight of Wands, it feels like there is a pattern to this individual's behavior with you, wherein they stop talking to you whenever they feel like it, and then they start talking to you whenever they feel like it. And there is no justification, no explanation for why they keep vanishing in between. They make you wait. and they make you wonder. Both. With the Knight of Wands over here, this is somebody who, and as far as you're concerned, this might be somebody who operates from a very lust based energy. Whenever they reach out to you, whenever they contact you, it's just because they're looking to have some fun on the side or something like that, or they're wanting to distract themselves. And they're very oblivious to the agony that their actions and their words cause you. And they don't take any responsibility for it either. Like I said, they're so oblivious. It's like they don't even understand what it is that they're doing. This could have been somebody, I mean, this is somebody who could have tagged you along for a really long time, could have falsely led you on for a very long time, could have given you lots and lots and lots of false hopes, but they never really came through. They never really stood by their promises. It was just empty words. And they've made you feel very irritated, very agitated, anxious, all of that, because while you could see that they're not talking to you or they're holding themselves back from you, they're not doing the same with other people. They're out and about having fun. But for some reason, when it comes to you, they don't go all in. And like I said, it makes you wonder, it makes you anxious, it gives you stress. This person is not good for your mental health. That much I can tell you, group 3. Might be somebody who is slightly younger than you. And it can even be somebody whom you had met at a relatively young age. I don't think this is a very newish connection. I also feel over here with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Swords, that this is somebody who has a lot of expectations from you. Like, they expect you to be very nice and welcoming and hospitable whenever they show up in your life again. And they expect you to be okay with their long periods of silence. And if you don't do that, I think they're very quick to pull out the victim card, and they might, go all out and tell you all sorts of fantasy soap stories, like why had they stopped talking to you in between, even though you could see from their social media activity that that was not the case. They were out there having fun, hanging out with other people. It was just you who was being neglected, and neglected is actually the right word. They give you attention, then they take it all back, they neglect you, and then they again start giving you attention whenever they feel like it. It's like a switch that they turn on and turn off whenever they feel like it. So not a very good energy over here. In fact, with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like this is something that's been going on for years now. The same pattern, that they start and stop whenever they feel like it. It's been going on for years. For some of you, it might literally be something that's been happening for a good 4 to 7 years now. And I don't think that you're able to figure out why do they treat you like this. Why are they so? I mean, because it's not really kind, to just disappear on somebody like that and then again pop back up as if nothing happened. So it makes you wonder, it makes you question. A lot of you could have been attracted towards group 2 as well, or if for some extra messages you want to check that out, you can. And this is a player. With the Knight of Wands over here, the reason why they are in a non-committal energy towards you is because they are a player. They, like I said, they're just looking to have some fun. So if they even get a whiff of the fact that you are getting serious, maybe that is when they withdraw a little bit. But then what might be causing stress to you is the fact that this is just with you. They have zero issues giving commitment to other people. So what's wrong with me? Why won't they give commitment to me? Actually, if that is the case with you, this is a general reading, but if that is the case with you, group 3, let me just see what I can find for you. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. First of all, if there is physical distance between you guys, that might be the reason why they do not give commitment to you, because they make a big deal out of it. I mean, they're more comfortable giving commitment to people who are closer to them, more accessible, you can say, as compared to you. Additionally, with the World card over here, and see, this is what's messed up. They make you wonder whether you're not sufficient or you're not good enough. But in reality, with the World card over here, they know that you are the complete package. They know that there's nothing that you lack. And that is why, if somebody like you, if they can manage to keep somebody like you at their beck and call, imagine what it will do to their ego. Do you get how twisted that is? They know you're the complete package, but no, they will not commit to you because hey, then you might leave. What if there's a fight? What if you guys break up? What if they leave? You might leave. But this way, they have you in control. You are the puppet and they're the master. It's like the whole world is after you, but you are after them, and so that boosts their ego. Okay. Anyway, let's see, why does this person want to come back in your life, group 3? And of course, this might not be the scenario for all of you, just for those of you for whom it resonates, you can take this message. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'm getting two messages almost immediately. First, for some of you, with the Knight of Wands over here and now the Queen of Pentacles, they might finally be out of their player phase, this individual, and now might be the time when they are finally looking down to settle, grow a family, things like that. And so, who better than group 3 to be that person for me, to be that partner for me? And so that's why they want to come to you. Because, like I said, they do see you as the complete package. At that time, they weren't in a very committal energy and all of that. But when it comes to, and like I said, they might have been giving commitments to other people as well. But family, kids, long-term stability, all of that, they know that nobody can do that but for them. So that might be the reason why they want to come back. Their family might also be putting pressure on them to find a good partner and settle down. And so they're like, oh, hey, I know someone, and I can butter up that person just fine. So that might be the intention, to marry you, to settle down with you, to have kids with you. The other message over here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands is that while they are working on an existing relationship, which might have gone a little bit here and there, so they're making a quick stop at you, at your destination. Like, oh, while I figure things out with my girlfriend, I'll have a little fun with group 3. And then when I do sort things out with my girlfriend, I'll go back to her. And again, I'll stop talking to group 3. Again, I'll take back all of my energy and leave them wondering what happened. Which I obviously do not appreciate. I'm sure you don't either. Nobody likes being treated like a motel where you can just check in and check out of whenever you feel like it. It's not a very nice thing, but then that's exactly what I see them doing over here. There is a third message. It's a positive one, actually, with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Some of them might have genuinely changed for the better. I think the percentage is single digits, honestly. But it does seem like some of them might have genuinely changed. They are working to make themselves a better person that can match up to you, with the long term goal of marrying you and settling down with you. So, like I said, because this is a general reading, you really have to figure this out, before you allow them to come back in your life. You'll have to assess, you'll have to, like, test the waters a little bit, that which one of the three criteria do you intuitively feel is happening over here. Have they genuinely changed? Are they just using me as a break of sorts while they sort things out with their current partner? Are they treating me like that last resort option because they've been asked to settle down and get married now? Which one of it is it? For those of you for whom you might, despite this reading, be confused about whether or not you should let them back in and all of that, especially if the marriage scenario is concerned over here, not for those of you for whom they're treating you like a break, definitely do not let them back in. But for those of you for whom they're coming back either as a reformed person or because they've been asked to settle down and get married now and they think you'll be a good match for them, I would like to ask if you should give them that chance or not. Although it, I mean, obviously depends upon your free will. You can if you want to, and if you don't, you absolutely don't have to. But just a couple of cards. We have the Six of Pentacles being followed by the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. I'm not convinced. I'm not sure you are either. See, because the Six of Pentacles talks about you investing very thoroughly in something. And initially it's all good because they're also investing. But then it leads to the Five of Pentacles where once again you have been left out in the cold. Once again, they've taken back all of that energy. If this is the wedding scenario, it might not turn out to be a very happy wedding with them. Okay. And since the bottom of the deck was the Two of Pentacles, definitely some of them might claim to have reformed, but they are keeping their options open. So honestly, if they can make you feel this way, in any case, I don't think they deserve a second chance from you. But I hope this reading today helps you to make a more informed decision. Alright, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.